Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me on my Sunday. Sundays are sacrosanct for me. It's the day that I can decompress and not have any type of to-do list. It's the day to fully embrace slow living. Apart from a little bit of moisturiser, I don't do any makeup and I dress myself in very comfortable, cosy clothes. I begin with my usual cup of tea and relish the calm outside with few people rushing about, noise to a minimum, and knowing my email inbox is not going to be overflowing with messages. I feel at peace on a Sunday. You'll see me with this book a lot. It is The War of the Roses by Warren Adler, and I didn't want to put it down. It's fast-paced, easy to read, very 1980s in style, but modern in the sense that it opens the discussion on men and women's roles in marriage, and you see firsthand the evolution of women feeling powerless in a marriage, but also that it's not necessarily the man's fault, especially if he's been a good spouse. I have really been enjoying this book and I look forward to finishing it. I then treat myself to an indulgent breakfast of waffles. Breakfast is most definitely my favourite meal of the day. You can have sugar and it's not frowned upon. Just use a basic pancake recipe and guess the quantities. So I won't be leaving any recipe in the description box below because it is all guesswork. But if you're interested in what those ingredients are, it is eggs, yogurt, vanilla essence, sugar, milk, baking powder and self-raising flour. I just mix it all together to a thickish batter and put it in the waffle iron to cook. To be honest, there is nothing I want to do today other than to stay in. When you're childless and you don't have friends to meet up with at the weekend, you might as well embrace that fortunate situation, even though we can often look at our lives and become fixated on what's missing rather than just enjoying the moments where you can appreciate not having to give your attention to someone else, even someone you love. So while I will still call my mum on a Sunday, I don't visit her like I do during the week. I'm fully aware of how vulnerable she feels as a widow, but it's important for people to know your boundaries, and she knows me very well and understands that I am introverted and I need alone time in order to recharge. I wouldn't want to live like this every day, but every Sunday is perfect. I then decided to go to our local farmers market, so I did go out and I bought some cakes and cookies and settled down to watch Marie Antoinette, currently on the BBC. I feel the writers have gone a little bit off topic with true events, but I have to say I am enjoying it. I do love a historical period drama. It makes perfect Sunday viewing. And that is my Sunday of slow living. I hope you enjoyed that little snippet of my Sunday. It's quite brief because Sundays are just my day to completely switch off and do the things that I like to do, especially if I'm on my own. I just want to relax with a book, so I try and keep everything else to an absolute minimum. I did go to the local farmers market though, which was nice, and picked up a few nice little bits and pieces you would have seen there, all sweet treats, stuff I shouldn't be eating. But yeah, that was lovely. Today is Monday, it's still grey, the weather hasn't improved. It's fine, like people talk about the weather all the time and how it impacts mood. It certainly does. When it's sunshine, it's wonderful. I would prefer absolutely throwing it down with rain than this type of greyness where you just look out and you just see grey, there's nothing else. But that is the majority of English weather, which is a shame. But there we go. So today I've got quite a bit to do on my to-do list. One of the things that I would like to do is pick out my outfits for the week. Again, I keep saying how helpful it is. It is. So I've got that to do. And the other thing that I thought I would talk about is while I'm reading through my to be read pile and all the ones I've spoken about lately, I realised I could talk about the audiobooks that I've been listening to. Often when I'm cleaning in the flat or cooking, I have an audiobook on the go. Also when I'm walking, when I'm out shopping, I'll be listening to a book. The first book is Coco Mellors' Frankenstein and Cleopatra. I haven't started this one yet, but it's on my list to listen to. I've just finished reading her latest novel, Blue Sisters, which I really enjoyed. It was melodramatic and emotional, but it really did demonstrate how grief can affect you in so many different ways. And she had this fantastic line in the book, and it was, you can take a lot of wrong turns and still end up in the right place. It reminded me so much of Ina Garten's book and her husband saying, you never know your bad breaks from your good. I remind myself of this frequently as it helps build resilience to most setbacks in life. I've also been listening to The Sun Sisters by Lucinda Riley. This is a series that follows 6 sisters, all of whom are adopted by this man they call Pa Salt. When he dies, they are given clues to get to know the families of their biological bloodline. And the book follows like generational trauma, which led to them to be adopted. They are very nice stories. You get deeply involved with them, very engaging. Despite the sisters all having very different personalities, you do find yourself warming to them. And I think I've got 2 left in the series after this one. So I think there's meant to be a 7th sister. I think it's called The Missing Sister, and a book on Past Salt. I'm also listening to a reread. It's The Handbook for Highly Sensitive People by Mel Collins. I remember reading this some time ago and really resonating with what it was saying. So I wanted to refresh my mind and see if it helps me as much as I felt it helped me the first time round. And as for actual reading, I'm just finishing now The War of the Roses. You would have seen me constantly reading this book yesterday. I think I didn't put it down. And if I had a chance today, I'd be picking it up again to finish it because this book is brilliant, fantastically written, modern despite being written in the 1980s. And it is a very dark comedy, it is funny. And it means now that I'm also wanting to watch the film, which also starred Danny DeVito, which I didn't know. However, in a strange serendipity, although it could be because of this reason that I happened to see the book, there is a remake of it coming out this year starring Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman. So I might hold off for that to see the new film. However, the book is brilliant. Would definitely recommend to read. And I think that is everything for an update on what I'm up to. Sorry, I keep thinking about my to-do list today. It's quite heavy, so don't know what to do next, whether to do the clothes next or whether just to get on with my chores next. I think I'll go and do the clothes next, and then my filming is basically done. Okay, so outfit number one is going to be this blue linen shirt. I seem to have a wardrobe full of linen, so I obviously enjoy wearing it because I'm struggling to find anything else other than linen. And then I bought more linen last week, so there we go. But anyway, this blue linen shirt, which needs a good steam before I wear it, a little white cami underneath, and then my white jeans. I've been loving this combination. It feels relatively smart because it's a shirt, but still nice and cool for the office. And these white jeans I bought probably 5 years ago, and I've only just started wearing them, and I've worn and washed them nearly every week now, and they're just coming up fantastic. So really pleased with those. Those were M&S. I think they're the Magic jeans, which they no longer sell. It's an old brand, but it's the same with the black jeans I've also got. You just wash and wear on repeat, and they always come out fantastic. So I wish that they would bring them back because they are very good quality denim. Second outfit is this oversized white linen shirt with a grey denim skirt. I especially like the oversized white shirt because you can sort of wear it more as like a layering piece that you can take off if you get too hot. So I just need to choose something to go underneath it, probably a smarter cami than the one that I just had. Maybe not. I've got two of those cami tops, so I could wear another one of those. I just remembered that on Thursday I'm going to the cinema straight after work. So I want something very relaxed to wear, nothing tight around my middle, because I'll be keeping my clothes on for a lot longer than I normally do. Normally when I come back straight from work, everything comes off and the comfies come on. So I want to be feeling comfortable in this for long periods of time. So I'm going to go for leggings and then just a short shirt dress. That certainly fits the bill. So that are my three outfits done, and I will, as always, show you what they look like by the side. So I will leave it there for now. I hope you have a lovely weekend ahead of you and a very relaxing Sunday like I've just had. So yeah, have a lovely weekend and I will see you next week. Take care. Goodbye.